Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to, cut through the noise and get right to the heart of things. And today, honestly, we're tackling something that made me do a double take when I first saw the data. I mean, we live in an age of smart everything, AI, constant connection. So why are we doing a deep dive on cassette hearing aids? It feels a bit like stepping back in time, doesn't it?
It really does challenge what we think progress means, especially in tech. And that's exactly why this is such an important topic to unpack. Our source material, it's a really detailed market report on cassette hearing aids, and it shows this surprising stability, a critical role, actually, in the bigger medical device picture. So our mission today, to understand why this, let's say, traditional market isn't just surviving, but actually growing. We'll look at who it serves and, why it still matters so much globally.
Okay, let's dive into that surprise factor first, because, like you said, most of us picture hearing aids now as these tiny, almost invisible digital things, Bluetooth, apps. Yet you're telling me these cassette types, the ones from decades ago, they still have steady demand. What's the fundamental reason, the why behind this?
Well, it's fascinating because the why comes down to really basic human needs.
Mm-hmm.
Things the newest tech doesn't always nail. We're talking affordability, accessibility for everyone, and just, straightforward ease of use. Think about an elderly person, maybe someone who finds tiny buttons or smartphone apps difficult. For them, a simpler device, something tactile they can easily handle, that's not old-fashioned, it's essential. And critically, these are vital in places where cost isn't just a preference.
It's the main barrier.
Exactly. It's the absolute barrier to getting any hearing help at all. These devices bridge that gap.
That makes a lot of sense when you put it in those real-world terms. And we're not talking niche cases here. The numbers back this up, right? The research we're looking at says the global market pulled in, $87.3 million in 2021? That's pretty substantial for legacy tech.
It's definitely not pocket change, no. And that's just the 2021 figure.
Yeah.
If we look ahead, the projections show it reaching around $130.5 million by 2033. Now, the growth rate, the CAGR, it's about 3.4%. So, okay, it's not explosive Silicon Valley growth. But that steady, stable increase, it really highlights a consistent, driven demand. Think aging populations globally, and that ongoing need for affordable hearing solutions. It's like a quiet workhorse.
A quiet powerhouse, I like that. So a steady global pulse. But is this demand spread evenly, or are there hotspots where these devices are really crucial? Where are cassette hearing aids making the biggest impact?
Geographically, Asia-Pacific is really the dominant player here, massively. It accounted for over $41.6 million back in 2021, and they expect that to hit over $63 million by 2033. You've got countries like China and India, huge populations, large elderly demographics. Plus, there's this rising awareness about hearing health generally. Often, the first step for people is an affordable, accessible option. And within Asia-Pacific, what's really interesting is Southeast Asia.
Oh, yeah. What's happening there?
It's showing one of the strongest growth rates, a CGR of 6.7%. That's quite high for this market. It reflects not just the population need, but also real improvements in basic healthcare access, making these devices actually available to millions who maybe had no options before.
That's 6.7% in Southeast Asia. Wow. That really does challenge assumptions, like you said earlier. It suggests progress isn't always the newest gadget, but sometimes just getting access to a workable solution. What about other parts of the world? Is it mainly an Asian phenomenon?
No, it's definitely global, just maybe on a different scale. Take Europe. It was about $12.3 million in 2021. Projected to grow steadily, nearing $20 million by 2033.
Yeah.
And interestingly, Italy and Luxembourg are showing strong growth rates there, over 5%, which might point to specific demographic needs or maybe certain healthcare policies. And North America, too, it's still a solid market. The U.S. alone was $11 million in 2021, expected to cross $15 million. So yeah, Asia-Pacific leads, but the demand is definitely widespread, even in highly developed economies.
Okay, so the numbers paint a clear picture of persistence. But let's get back to the people using them. Who are they, really? What specific need do these cassette aids fill that maybe the super modern digital ones don't quite hit, or maybe don't hit as effectively for everyone?
Yeah, this gets to the heart of the value proposition, doesn't it? In user needs. These devices clearly serve a group, a segment, that prioritizes simplicity and low cost above all else, above fancy features like app control or, fine-tuning soundscapes. For a lot of users, just being able to switch it on easily, adjust a simple volume dial, and get reliable amplification, that's the win. Without needing complex programming or fiddly battery changes. This is obviously huge in emerging markets, rural areas, where cost is prohibitive. But it's also about preference, even regardless of income sometimes. Think about someone with, say, visual impairments or dexterity issues. A simple tactile device is empowering. A smartphone app might be impossible.
That's such a key point. It's not just cheaper, it's actually more usable for certain people and situations, but surely this market faces challenges. I mean, the pace of tech and hearing aids generally is incredible.
Oh, absolutely. There are definite hurdles. Competition for modern digital aids is fierce. Those newer devices offer noise cancellations, personalized settings, streaming, things cassette aids just can't do technically. And there's, frankly, very little R&D or innovation happening in the cassette sector itself. They are what they are. Plus, you sometimes see healthcare policies, even subsidies, pushing towards digital solutions, which can sideline these older models.
Right, so competition, limited innovation, policy trends.
But, and this is a crucial part, those challenges don't erase the core need. The opportunities lie exactly where that need persists. In those cost-sensitive regions we talked about, in nursing homes, elderly care facilities managing large numbers of people, and through government health programs, especially in developing countries, aimed at providing basic hearing care to underserved populations. That's where they keep proving their value. They're still bridging that fundamental gap between affordability and actually getting hearing support.
So wrapping this up, the big takeaway isn't that cassette aids are, the future of hearing tech for everyone. It's that they remain this incredibly reliable, necessary, and surprisingly stable option for millions across the globe. Their steady growth isn't just nostalgia, it reflects a real, ongoing relevance. It proves there's still a massive need for basic, affordable, easy-to-use solutions for fundamental health issues. Really makes you rethink what progress always means, doesn't it?
Precisely. And maybe the thought to leave everyone with is this. What does the quiet, sustained success of simpler tech like this actually teach us? What does it tell us about how we define innovation or progress in healthcare? Especially when we think about global accessibility and the diverse needs of real people who aren't always served by the latest, most complex, and often most expensive solutions.